This outdated viral Zara dress just became a £199 House of CB Mademoiselle dupe for just £5.84. For this transformation, I used the Daydreamer pattern by Daria Patternmaking. Now, whilst this is not a perfect match for the House of CB Mademoiselle dress, it's pretty good. I just used the bodice section for this particular transformation because here's the reality of upcycling. The skirt pieces wouldn't fit my fabric, so I had to hack the pattern and wing it slightly in order to get the skirt to work. I'm Claire, and this transformation was just perfect timing because honestly, this buffet style Zara dress, I feel it's aged out. It came out in 2019 and it was such a popular piece, and you can completely understand why. It's universally flattering, it's so easy to throw on, to wear, to style, it's really comfortable. However, I haven't worn mine recently. It was starting to look a little bit old and yellow around the edges, and I just think that House of CB's designs are so much more modern. I'm going to show you exactly how to get this look if you want to make your own version. Plus I'll share the pattern modifications that I made so that you can do the same if your fabric runs short. I'm set up at my parents' conservatory with a Daydreamer pattern and our Zara dress. The plan is simple: to transform this dress into a corset-inspired piece that channels House of CB's modern aesthetic. The first challenge was that I need 2 back pieces, but there's not enough fabric in the bodice. This is exactly what happens in real upcycling projects, but with careful placement, it just fits. And this means that I don't have to cut up the skirt and gives me more design options. And this is why I love upcycling. Every project teaches you creative problem solving. I'm not going to cut out the facing pieces, and I'm going to make it out of this shirt that used to be my husband's. It's pretty old. You can see how yellow the buttons are. He has grown out of this and he was going to chuck it, and I was like, no, I will use this for a upcycling project. It's 100% cotton, so I think it's going to be a great stabilizing fabric for this particular dress. The bodice is coming together beautifully. As I said, I'm using my husband's old shirt for the facings. So I'm not toiling this, which might be a risk. I feel like because of the design of this dress, it'll be fairly straightforward to make adjustments if I need to. The size I've cut is probably going to be too big on my waist, but I figure bringing in the side seams to fit the waist, probably a fairly straightforward thing to do. I think I probably will need to adjust as I go, but I don't think, hopefully, there are going to be too many adjustments. So now it is time to do the darts in the back pieces. So I've got the facing pieces and I've got my bodice pieces as well. It's that time. I've sewn the dart on the right side of the fabric rather than the wrong side. Sad times. Okay, little update now. The piece is done, as is the main bodice piece. And okay, it's a bit rudimentary. I'm quite happy with this. Might need taking in a little bit, but we'll see. So as suspected, the pattern pieces for the skirt that comes with this dress don't quite fit onto the fabric that I've got. When you look at it, first off you think, oh, that's not too bad. I mean, you can just, but if you look underneath, you can see that actually because of the tier and the gathering, that actually it's about there that the fabric ends. So the skirt's not going to have as much kind of fit and flare as the original pattern. I'm just going to start to make it up as I go along. I'm only going to add pockets. Happy days. Pockets are in. Now I'm just pressing the pockets to the front, and we're going to move on to the zipper. Way too big. Should only be an inch out. Not that times 2. Oh. I think what I'm going to do is sew the bodice onto the skirt as per the instructions for the next step. And then before I sew the invisible zipper on, I'm going to try it on, I'm going to pin it in place and see how much needs to be taken in. This is one of the consequences, shall we say, of not doing a twirl. If you would like to avoid this type of stress, I recommend that you do a twirl. I chose not to do that, reaping the consequences of my own decisions. When I tried the dress on, I just popped a little pin in where I felt that the dress needed to come into, and now what I've just done is pinned the zipper in place. What I'll make sure is that this is equal on the other side, and then I'm just going to baste the zip in place so that if I need to make adjustments after I've done that, then I can. Now that the zip is in, I'm just trying to figure out what to do with these straps because I don't have any pieces that are long enough. I'm going to have to Frankenstein the straps. I think that the spotty one is the one to go for. Are you ready to see how this upcycle turned out? Here is our £5.84 House of CB Mademoiselle dupe. The original House of CB Mademoiselle dress costs £199, and this cost me just £5.84 for the pattern. That's a 97% saving, assuming that I've got my maths correct, and honestly, I think that I prefer my own version. The skirt doesn't have as much volume as the original, and that's partly because I didn't have enough fabric. Also, I don't have a petticoat. I actually think that this dress would look really nice as a mini dress, but I'm the wrong side of 40 and I don't feel particularly confident about getting my legs out, so I decided to keep the length as it was, and I decided to keep the tier at the bottom. This fits so well, and even though it's not a corset, I think it is a really good version of that House of CB corset style. If you want more designer dupes and pattern hacks like this, hit subscribe and let me know in the comments, what designer piece should I tackle next?